Okay, guys, how's everybody doing this morning, huh? I'm going to get right into it. It's Paul here. It's Sunday morning down here in, where am I at? Puerto Morelos, south of Cancun. But I want to get into it real quicker because I want to only make a couple of minute video if I can. And I want to talk about the importance of the fellowship and alcoholics sticking together, and how we really can't stay sober all alone. And a lot of people try to stay sober all alone. They just try not to drink. And we've talked about it a little bit before about the substitute and stuff. But I want to highlight a couple of things, in the book. Like when Abby Thatcher's the one that carried the message to Bill, right? I'm not going to get into the whole story, but it's on 14 and 15. And Abby is the first one that carried the message to Bill in his kitchen, 6 months before AA even started, And Abby said, Abby said to Bill, he said, faith without works was dead, he said, and how appallingly true for the alcoholic. For if an alcoholic failed to perfect and enlarge his spiritual life, remember we recovered on a spiritual basis? So if we fail to perfect and enlarge our spiritual life through work and self-sacrifice, we got to work with each other. We got to sacrifice our time for each other. He could not survive the certain trials and low spots ahead. Man, I've had those, right? We've all had those. If he did not work, he would surely drink again, and if he drank, he would surely die. Then faith would be dead indeed. So it's imperative that we work with each other. And then over here, second page, really, after Bill's story, they talk about how highly competent psychiatrists have dealt with this. Found this sometimes impossible to persuade an alcoholic to discuss a situation without reserve. Strangely enough, wives, parents, intimate friends usually find this even more unapproachable than the psychiatrist and the doctor. But the ex-problem drinker who has found this solution, who is properly armed with facts about himself, can generally win the entire confidence of another alcoholic in a few hours. Until such an understanding is reached, little or nothing can be accomplished. Until one alcoholic can get into the mind of another alcoholic and really help him open up and tell the truth about himself and really talk openly about what's going on with him, it says there's no chance, Page 89, another thing about fellowship. It says Brian likes this one, okay? So it says, practical experience shows that nothing will so much ensure immunity from drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics. Nothing more than intense work with and the alcoholic, the sponsor, needs the sponsee just as much as the sponsee needs the sponsor. We need each other. And it doesn't even have to be sponsor me. A couple of alcoholics, man, opening up this book and applying a few principles and reading what Bill wrote down and what God would have us do, and we recover, man. We recover, we eat together, So nothing will ensure immunity than intensive work with other alcoholics. It works when other activities fail. And I read this the other day, and I'll stop with this. On page 561, they talk about it's life or death, basically. It says, therefore, no society of men and women ever had a more urgent need for continuous effectiveness and permanent unity. We alcoholics see that we must work together, right? Work the program together, work the steps together, be of service together. We alcoholics see that we must work together and hang together. We need to be around each other. We need to be talking to each other. One alcoholic talking to another, 5 alcoholics talking to 5, whatever it is. In a meeting, 40 people, but alcoholics have to stick together. It says, else most of us will finally die alone, So my sponsor used to say to me, all alone, we got no chance. We need each other, and it's life and death, and we have to be of service. Our very lives as ex-problem drinkers depend on constant thoughts of others, and we may help meet their needs. Who has a more need than a new alcoholic coming to AA and needs a book and needs to understand the disease he has? We can help him with that. That's a need, We're the only ones in the world walking the face of the earth that have experienced alcoholism and have recovered from it. We can help, but nobody else can. Competent psychiatrists, doctors, only an addict or an alcoholic can help an addict or an alcoholic. And it's real important, and it's all over the book. I just read a couple of sentences, but I just want, if you're out there and you're wondering, can you recover on your own? If you're anything like me, if you're an alcoholic of my type, you're probably not going to recover by yourself. You're going to need other people that have been through what you've been through and got through the other side and found a way out, found the solution. Okay, guys, I'm off. I'll talk to you later. Love you all.